Hello guys, and welcome back to another cooking video. In this video I'm going to be cooking fried rice with this pork belly that I got yesterday from Morrison. So here I'm just showing you what I'm going to do with the pork belly. I'm going to boil it and then I'm going to just fry it later on. So here I'm just showing you how I'm going to boil it. So here I'm not going to put any water in the pot because I want the fat from the pork belly to come out of it before I add any water. So here I've just added some salt and some curry and some black pepper, and I'm going to let that sear for a little bit before I add the water in a minute. And then once I add the water, I'm going to let it boil for about 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it off. And I'm going to be using that for my fried rice, which I'm going to cook the next day. So this is me just checking to make sure it is soft, it's looking nice. I'm showing it to you. So yep, so that's all ready for tomorrow. So in the next slide, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to Morrison's because I needed to get some vegetables for my fried rice. This fried rice was a impromptu cook, so I didn't really have the ingredients at home. So I had to go and I got some baby corn, I got some green beans, carrots, and some spring onions. And also I took out the pork belly from the day before from the fridge. And this is it looking all nice and juicy. And I'm going to cut that up into pieces in a second. But here I'm just showing you what I got. So I'm going to start dicing in a minute. So first of all, before I dice, I'm going to parboil the vegetables because I don't want it too raw in my fried rice. So I'm going to parboil the carrots, the baby corn, and the green beans. And also in one corner, I'm also boiling my rice because, like I said, it's fried rice. And the way I'm going to cook this fried rice, I want to make sure that the rice is cooked first before I add it to my sauce. And here I'm just showing you my fish that I got yesterday. We're going to have that at a side with the rice and also with some of the leftover lunch meat that I got when we're going on holiday. I'm also going to add that to the fried rice. So this is the vegetables just boiling. So once the water boils, you just turn it off because you don't want it too soft. And also there I'm showing you my white rice. I've already parboiled my rice as well. So I've rinsed off the starch and I'm just going to add some curry and salt and some crayfish seasoning to my rice. So here the vegetables are all nice and parboiled and not too crunchy and not too soft. They're like the al dente. So I'm going to chop them up into cubes. So first of all, I'm going to start with the green beans. And I'm showing that to you here. That's all nicely cut. And the next thing is going to be the baby corn. And that's going to be cut into chunks, not little bits, because you don't want it to disappear in your fried rice. And then next we have the carrots. And this is quite a big carrot. So what I had to do is I had to cut it into squares. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing here. Just nicely chopping it into cubes first and then into the little squares. So yeah. So we're going to put that into the plate, and I'm going to put all my veggies in one plate because I don't really have the patience to be separating my veggies because they're all going to go into the pot anyway. So next is the orange bell pepper. I'm going to cut that up as well into little cubes, and I'm going to add that into my plate. And the next thing after the orange bell pepper is going to be my scotch bonnet. And I'm going to use one big one because I want the fried rice to have a kick to it. So I'm chopping away here. That's all done. It's going to go into the plate. I was just showing you how nicely chopped I did it. And then now the next thing I'm going to do now is my spring onions. And I use quite a bit of spring onions because I'm not going to use regular white onion or red onion for the fried rice. So, and spring onions is very, very nice in your fried rice. It gives you that edge and that lovely nice flavor. So here I'm cutting the leftover chicken meat that I said we used leftover from holiday, and I'd had that in the freezer. So I just saw it. I was like, oh, let me add this into my rice. And then now I'm gonna cut the star of the show, which is the pork belly that I got yesterday, and I'm gonna cut this into small cubes. So that way, when you are taking one spoon of rice, you're getting everything in the spoon. You're getting the veggies, you're getting the chicken, and you're also getting the pork belly. So this is gonna be a very delicious meal, and I can tell you now, it was very, very delicious. It tasted so nice. And I'm not just saying that because I made it, but it really did taste nice. Like when you cook something as a cook and you have a particular flavor in your head that you want it to taste like, yeah, this came out like 100%. So I was quite pleased. This is me just showing you all my vegetables, and I'm ready to start cooking my fried rice now. And my boiled rice is cooked as well, so that's ready to go as well. And you see how I'm going to add that into the rice in a minute. And I'm also going to use some stock from that chicken that you can see on the stove to add flavor to my fried rice. So my pan is ready, and I'm just going to add some oil, and I'm also going to add some butter. And after all, it's fried rice, so you always need to use butter for your fried rice. And I'm using salted butter here. And I'm going to let that melt for a minute. And then I'm adding some curry into the oil for flavor, and one vegetable stock cube. And I'm not going to add any salt, only because, like I said, I'm going to use the stock from the chicken, so and it's quite flavorful. And I'm adding some Italian herbs here, some thyme. And then I'm also adding this Turkish spice. It's called tomat sauce. It's really nice. And I normally use this when I'm cooking any meal that is vegetable based. And in this case, fried rice is mostly veggies apart from the rice. So yeah, so I'm gonna just let my stock cube melt into the oil. And once that's done, I'm ready to add in my meat. And here I've just got my chopped up chicken lunch meat, and also I have my pork belly. And I'm gonna let that fry until it's golden brown. And this is looking ready here. So I'm about to add my spring onions. And now with spring onions, you have to be very careful. You don't want it to cook for too long before you add your other veggies. If not, it's just gonna wilt. It's not gonna look nice. So that's why I'm adding my other veggies real quick here. So in this plate, I have my scotch bonnet, my orange bell pepper, my carrots, my baby corn, and my green beans. I'm gonna mix this together, and this is all gonna be on high heat now. And we're gonna fry this until our ancestors say stop. So basically what you're looking for is you're looking for that crisp brown look on your veggies. And once you have that, which is what I have here, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of the stock from the chicken for two things. One, because I want it to enter inside my vegetables to give it extra flavor, extra layer of spice, and also because I want the veggies to be a little bit soft, not too soft, but like al dente kind of. So this is me just adding stock from the chicken that I had boiled before. And I'm going to let this cook for about 5 minutes before I add the rice, because what you want is you want the oil to be sipping out of the vegetables. So, and this would only happen when you have let it cook for a while, and when the water has absorbed into the veggies, which is what I was going for. So right now I'm about to add my rice, and I'm going to add the whole thing in there. Then I'm going to start frying. It's fried rice, so yep, you have to fry the rice. So you want to fry the rice until the rice blends in with the vegetable base, okay? And it's all going to be done on very high heat as well, and continuous stirring. So I'm just stirring away here, stirring, stirring, stirring. We're not there yet here. As you can see, there's still some liquid, isn't it, in the base, and that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for when the oil has sipped, into the food, which is what is happening here. As you can see, I'm lifting it, and everything is separating. The rice is separating, the veggies are separating, everything is looking very, very nice. And I did taste it here, and I had to add a little bit of crayfish seasoning, and that was it. No salt, just a bit of crayfish seasoning, and it turned out very, very well. So yeah, so that's cooked now. So I'm going to cover that up, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing, which is my fish. So look at that. Look at the face of that rice. Come on, if I give that to you, I'm sure you would eat it. It tastes so good. So now this is the fish. I cut it into half. My daughter doesn't like the head, so I took up the head from her part of the fish, and I'm gonna eat two heads. Yes, yes, guys. And all I'm gonna do with this fish is just spray some oil and a little bit of salt, and that's it. I'm not putting that much seasoning, and that's because we are gonna eat it with some shito and also with the rice. And these two things are very, very flavorful. So you really want to taste the fish, so you don't want to overpower it with any kind of spice. So yeah, so this is my grandson's plate. He had the drumstick with his rice, and this is my plate looking nice with the shito on top of the fish. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching this video of mine. and let me know if you would recreate this recipe in the comment section. Take care, guys. Bye bye.